Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Bean. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this a couple years with my fiance Annetta. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we are shipping out today on Tuesday. This is everything that sold out on Monday. There's 13 items and there's a combo order in here. I'm just going to jump right into it. This right here is a lot of 75 shield and weapon miniature bits and pieces. This is for 1 out of 72 scale. This is by Revell, I believe. I had a bunch of stuff that was labeled, and then I had extra bits and pieces in the box. So I just slotted them together and got $17.99 plus shipping for this. Everything is plus shipping, so I'm just going to get that out of the way to save time later on for all of us. All right, coming on up is a Get Salty 100 count faux leather deck box right here. This is going to hold 100 cards for like probably Magic the Gathering. This was a unique design. I usually grab unique designs because they usually are out of stock and then people will pay up for them if they want them. This sold for $31.50. My family and Annetta included say I get salty during games. I don't think so, but yeah, that's why I grabbed this. I thought it was funny and it happened to be worth a good amount of money. Moving along is a unique board game, Sticks and Stones right here. This is by Meta Gaming. This is their micro game number 11. There's going to be good quality components inside. This one's sealed, so I can't really open it up, but maybe here on the edge you can see like there's chits, and then there was a map that folds out, had like a good like linen quality. Closer. All right, it had a good linen quality. This one sold for $22.99. I just listed this. This was from our video from when we put all of our items for $125 that we bought recently on the table. So to get another $22.99 is awesome. Moving along, very old listing, 50 Famous Fairy Tales hardcover book. This had a custom SKU that was on our bookshelf. We used to have a different system for listing things and organizing them. That bookshelf is still at the storage unit. I need to eventually rearrange it and spend a day or two to organize, but I'm more focused on listing stuff than to organize a small portion of the storage unit, but I'm getting there mentally to organize it. This sold for $7.19. Next up is a Warhammer book, Volnir's Bane right here. This is just a paperback novel. I grab anything Warhammer Fantasy or 40K related. This sold for $19. I have plenty of Warhammer books down below in the shop, and we've been selling them even on the channel consistently, and the few years we've been on eBay. Next up is a pack of 50 Ultra Pro Grumpy Cat sleeves. These are not in stock anymore. I believe they were from the mid-2015. These were still in good condition. These were on other cards that I just unsleeved. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but I can unsleeve quickly. They were still in good quality. I obviously sold them as used. I would throw away any ones that weren't good. This sold for $7. So I know some people are always like constantly sleeving stuff and they might get rid of old sleeves like that. I like to actually keep an eye out on which ones are still usable. Next up is a lot of 3 science fiction novels by Brian Lumley. I think I recently listed these yesterday or on Friday right here. This is volumes 1, 3, and 5 for whatever series this is in. We do pretty well with selling books. I like to lot up like books, or obviously this is within the same series. So this sold for $14.99. Coming up next is Freddi Fish 2, The Case of the Haunted Schoolhouse. There you go. This is, I believe, a combo, or not a combo. This is a mix of a PC manual and like an activity book and coloring book. This sold for $16.50. I did not have this labeled in a SKU, so I've been making a lot of mistakes recently, or at least they've been, the items I've listed in the past have been selling, and then I happen to notice it doesn't have a SKU on it. I happened to pull it out of my memory that this was with a bunch of other PC manuals, so I was really lucky to grab this, but I feel like I've been having back-to-back mistakes, or at least items that have sold that have mistakes. I'm a super fan of Freddi Fish from when I was a kid. I played a lot of these PC games. This gives me good nostalgia and good memories. Next up is a PC game, Metro 2033. This is sealed. I've never played it before, but apparently Annetta's watched a playthrough and she said that it was a good game. This is for the PC. This sold for $30. You see that we grab a lot of PC stuff and still sell them consistently. I love to grab them and sell them. All right, next up, I'm excited for this one because normally our posters are folded up. I can't really show them unless we like cut the image and do a little bit of editing. This one right here is a combo order for about $35 total. The first one is a D&D map, Red Brand Hideout right here. This is cool because it's laminated, so this is always going to be in good use. They can technically fold it up if they want, probably without creasing. These are gridded maps. Each little square is going to represent a certain amount of distance. 1 square equals 5 feet. There's rules for Dungeons and Dragons. With that, you can do everything theater of the mind with pen and paper, but a lot of people like to use accessories like this. So they could be playing on this map with miniatures, or this can be a reference for the Dungeon Master themselves, or from the Dungeon Master to the players. That one looks pretty cool. Next up is Wave Echo Cave right here. Same thing. It's going to be a gridded map. This is laminated. Really cool that someone took the time to laminate this. I feel like it's probably expensive to laminate stuff like this. It's been a while since I've gotten something laminated, probably in my like 20s, but yeah, those two sold together for $35. We're almost done here. Next up is cool one, Shadowrun the Grimoire. I don't know if I'm saying that right. There you go. The Manual of Practical Thaumaturgy, 15th edition, 2053. Sorry, I had to actually look at it while reading it because my keywords are too long there. This is apparently for 2nd edition Shadowrun, and this one was actually in relatively decent condition. We got lucky grabbing a bunch of stuff like this. This is going to be like a sci-fi, cyberpunk type of RPG. This sold for $18. I'll grab anything Shadowrun. People love that stuff. It's not like the most popular, but it is pretty popular and people love it. Moving along, right here, Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. These were a bunch of miniatures by WizKids where they made them, and these are pre-primed. I think before that there was the Reaper Bone miniatures. I'm not sure if those were pre-primed. They had better sculpts. They transitioned from HeroClix to also making these miniatures. These are what I learned to paint miniatures with. They're relatively cheap. These are 2 gargoyles. This sold for $10, but normally these are like $3 to $7 MSRP. Obviously, these actually come in waves, so they become like retired, and then they start making new ones, and then you have to go back to find the older ones. This one on the pack says it's from 2017. So yeah, I think this was one of the first few waves. But yeah, really cool to learn how to paint. If you mess them up, it's not a big deal. They're big and small enough to practice different sizes. This one's a double pack, so these are smaller miniatures. But yeah, this sold for $10. That's everything here for Tuesday. We're about to jump into Bachelorette episode 2, so we're excited for that, and then after that I'm gonna go into listing a bunch of stuff. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and still have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks.